My name is Michael. I work for Implenia as a project manager, and currently we are facing more and more the problem that we don't have a good access to our data in our BIM models. Plus, of course, we want the data consistency, and that is why we see the future, of course, in the cloud. And that is why I wrote a link from Revit to Dynamo and then to the Azure Cosmos DB platform. That is my topic. So here you see, first of all, which technology I used. I used Revit 2018 compared with Dynamo 1.3, and I coded in C#, and I use Azure for a database, and I use the Cosmos collections there. You see, the goal was to write a link to Azure from Revit, where I can put all my parameters or the parameters I'm interested in inside. And then actually I also wanted to write a query back to my model, or a query back to anywhere, maybe even to Forge or to Power BI, for example. And so I created some nodes for connecting the data from the model to Azure, and then I wrote a query back to my model. Yeah, and I used C# in Visual Studio. Here I had some examples to collect the data. And this is Azure Cosmos. I use the SQL API. And this was for me just to find out how I can create this connector. So first of all, I needed, of course, to create a resource in Azure. And then I need to find out how I can write this connector. So here you see the Azure API. And this is what I used to write in C#. Exactly. So here you see some parts of my codes. I needed I create a connector class, and the first thing I do is to write a connect to DB method. And I have a hack element collection where I put all my parameters inside. And this collection comes from the hack elements. So, and here you see these two nodes. One I have, the first is the connector and the second is the query, and maybe I can show this live now. And here this is the database, so this is actually the result when I use the connector to connect my data to Azure. Here this is my example for the hackathon, and you see I just created only 4 walls, and I have all my parameters from each wall inside Azure. So here's the project actually, 1.5 minutes. And here you can see this is the connector I created in C#. So of course you need a database name. I can do that it's a variable here in Dynamo. I need a collection ID. I need the URI of my DB platform, and also the primary key. And then I can put my object IDs inside and all my hack elements. So maybe I create another collection. So I call this Beispielprojekt Hackathon 2. I press start and it should be done already. So here this is the Azure dashboard, and I go to my SQL table. And here I have my data explorer. So and there you see it already. It's the database ID plus the element collection, and inside here I find my documents now with these parameters here. And the goal is, of course, if there are changes, actually the next steps are to create maybe a GUID, a graphical user interface, so that